Okay, we're playing some more Value Vintage today. If you missed it, I think 2 videos ago it was now, I played Living End for my first Value Vintage League. It's the same rules as normal Vintage as far as the banned and restricted list goes. Treasure Cruise, etc. is still restricted. But you only get $30 to play with, so your whole deck has to be $30 or under on TCG Player, as you can see here. We're at $28 for this, 89 for this deck, so just under. You can make some changes here. Now, the last time I played, I just took a list I found online. It did well at an event from the Value Vintage Discord. That was a ton of fun. I really like brewing. If you watch my channel, you'll know that I like to, brew and build decks, and that's kind of what I really enjoy in Magic. So that's what we're going to start doing today. Now, I'm sure something like this has been tried by plenty of people. It's a fairly, solid strategy. We'll go through the cards in a second, but I don't know the format too well yet. Only the second deck I'm really working on here. So as far as I'm concerned, this is brewing for me. And if you got ideas or other cards that I'm obviously missing here, feel free to let me know down below. But we've got a very strong core here. We've got Delver of Secrets, Dragon Rage Channeler, Chain Lightning, Ponder, Treasure Cruise, which is banned in Legacy, Dreadhorde Arcanist, banned in Legacy, Dig Through Time, banned in Legacy, Lightning Bolt, very strong card. A lot of really strong cards in the Legacy format we can play in this deck because they're all fairly cheap. That's a really strong start there. I don't think we lose a ton of power level. Where we do lose power is in the counter spells, though. So no Force of Will, no Daze. We could play Daze. Daze isn't incredibly expensive. I was looking it up here. It's like $1. The problem with Daze is the mana base. Yeah, we could afford Daze, if we rejigger the deck a bit. We'd have to play like a mono blue version. There probably is a mono blue Daze deck out there somewhere. But instead, we're playing Counterspells here. Mana Leak. Counterspell's a little pricey. That one's what, $1 something. So only one Counterspell. Let's look at the Magic Online version. So yeah, one Counterspell. And the 4 Mana Leaks. This is obviously a huge downgrade in the protection suite. I think the biggest question mark of the deck here. We're definitely without Daze, Force of Will, and Wasteland, where our tempo plan is not nearly as good. We're kind of like a counter burn style strategy, still with very strong cards, but sort of a different deck philosophy here. We're hoping it's still fairly strong. And we have to do some work to make Dragon's Rage Channeler work. So like we're playing Twinshot Sniper, which is an artifact creature we can put in our graveyard. So I think that works pretty nicely. We got plenty of sorceries, plenty of instants, but not a lot of other ways of getting things into the graveyard. So putting an artifact creature to fill out the last 4 here for Delirium, I think, is quite good. The other way, of course, is just milling stuff. With Dragon Rage Channeler's ability, you can mill lands and creatures into the graveyard, and if something gets blown up, like a Dreadhorde Arcanist or whatever, that gets in your graveyard that way. We're also playing Birthday Escape. Now, this is a really fun card with Dreadhorde Arcanist. So one of Dreadhorde Arcanist's problem is that it's only a 1/3, and if you block it, it dies. Birthday Escape, the first level up here with the ring, when the ring tempts you, is your creature can't be blocked. The ring holder can't be blocked by a creature with greater power, so it makes Dreadhorde Arcanist pseudo unblockable, and even if they block with a 1/1 or 1 power creature, who cares? And then you flash it back, and all of a sudden your Dreadhorde starts looting. You find another Birthday Escape at some point, it goes to 3 flashback level 4. All of a sudden, Dreadhorde is almost unblockable, hitting for 4 damage a turn because of the 4th level of the ring ability. You just drew 4 cards from the Birthday Escape and Dreadhorde ability. You're looting. You can do some really cool stuff. I played this normal Vintage before that interaction there, and it was quite good. So I'm eager to try it here in Value Vintage this time. We can only play 1 Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time because they're restricted in Vintage, but we do want those. I think I explained the Twinshot Sniper is also just kind of extra burn there. Planisphere is an interesting one. I think this one's, there's this and there's Sprite Dragon. This is slightly easier to cast if you have like a 2-island start, but you could just play Sprite Dragon in here. But I like that's also an artifact, so if it gets blown up, it counts for one of the artifact here for Dragon Rage Channeler, but you could play Sprite Dragon in here as well. One Inti lets us put stuff into the graveyard for Delirium, lets us filter lands into other spells, gives things trample and stuff. I think it's just a good, really solid one of here. Maybe even like a 2, but it's a little pricey, but like maybe even 2 is reasonable. You get a second one, you just pitch it to itself. You know, it's not a big deal. One Brainstorm because it's restricted. Then the Birthday Escapes, the Ponders, the Chain Lightnings, the Lightning Bolts. You can all replay these with Dreadhorde Arcanist and just try and, you know, tempo, or I guess burn our opponents out. Not really tempoing. What is tempo? Let me know down below what is tempo. That's all good. I think we explained it. I think it's fairly straightforward. We've got, you know, some dig and card advantage, especially with the Arcanist, and, you know, hand sculptings with the Ponders and things. With a lot of damage, a lot of, you know, got the 2 big, you know, legacy 1-drop blue-red beaters here, in Delver of Secrets and Dragon Rage Channeler. I think these 2, I think, you know, seeing if the counter spells are, you know, if these work is one question. The other one is if Delver of Secrets and Dragon Rage Channeler are supported enough in this deck. I think it's iffy, to be honest. Like, we don't have the Mizra's Baubles. They're pricey. We don't have fetches, put lands in the graveyard easily. So we've got, you know, we've got some hurdles here. Getting these cards online easily, so we'll see. Again, if you played this kind of thing in Value Vintage before and you got ideas, let me know. Throw a like and a subscribe, by the way, and a comment at some point during the video. That's all really appreciated. Helps the algorithm and stuff. Really like this format, want to keep doing it. 2 Vapor Snags is kind of a tempo play with the Dreadhorde. Can bounce like rhinos and stuff, rather random big creatures. 4 Rune Snag, this is like a cheap counterspell. I used to actually play this in Standard a long time ago. I like this card, so it's kind of a pet one for me, to be honest. Put in 3 Test of Talent that can hit like rhinos or other stuff we gotta, you know, remove. And then, like, especially with like rhinos or Living End or something, removes all of the copies, which is pretty cool. 2 Spectral Restitchings can kind of remove any sort of problematic permanent we need, at least temporarily. If like someone plays like an energy field or something, we just have to get through with like one big push of damage, or I don't know, any other card, then we can do that. Value Vintage is so open. You can play so many different things just from my limited experience of playing before, from the last time with Living End deck and reading just deck lists and stuff. It's just, I think you really need your sideboard cards to be very, very broad, because you can play against anything in this format, really. And then some graveyard hate. There are some strong graveyard decks in the format. So there we go. All right, let's jump into the games here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we can keep that. Get our Delver down. I'm not gonna pretend I got something at 0 mana here. Another cycling deck. Ah, shoot. We're not good against the cycling deck. So only one of our removal spells is instant speed, so I'm just gonna play out the Birthday Escape now. There's a very good chance we just die here. They play out one of their win cons and then just kill us. Oh, I played the... Yeah, we still have one. This is instant speed, yeah. But they play out a win con, they cycle, we respond. They try and kill it. But they just cycle in response a bunch of times, they'll get there anyway. They do. They got another one. Assuming they've got other cyclers, we do just die. Yeah. We can't, we will die eventually. Maybe we just kind of dumb to save that. Maybe we should just hit them in the face and hope that... I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm hoping for either. They didn't even play this stinger. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume we are dead here. Game 2. Oh boy. If they have Fluctuator out, we're just in so much trouble. I think we need some sort of artifact hate in the deck if that's going to be a popular choice. Thing is, we need to play out our stuff. I don't know. Maybe on the play that's okay. Ugh. Oof. I'm not sure how to approach this one. I think we're just such an underdog. Okay. See if they got a Fluctuator on turn 2. We can hit them for... No, they don't have a Fluctuator. That's helpful. Alright, so let's just ponder looking for a land for starters. Don't need that. Yeah, I'll take that. Gonna kill that now. Ooh, we got. I didn't think of that. Should have bolted it. Alright. Oh boy. We're still in trouble here, but we're not dead. We aren't dead. Unless they got a fluctuator, then we're dead. Mako. Okay. Just gonna F6 here. I think we can win this one now. So we chain lightning them. Yeah. Game 3. I think I want these to kind of reset some of their big creatures over the mana leaks. I think we have to play to the ground. They're just very fast. These are our 2 mana counterspells feel slow. I think that's something that's got to adjust to in the format, to be honest. If they got Fluctuator, we're just so dead. We cannot beat that card. They really should just mold the Fluctuator. Maybe they are. Alright, they got a Fluctuator. I think we just keep open our bolt. Just gonna try and tempo them. Not sure what's in their hand there. Yeah, we can't cast that yet. We got both of our, these two. We don't want that. Yep. Fluctuator. Yep. Now we're in trouble. Try and get rid of that. Probably dead, but we'll give it a shot. Having both cruise and dig in our hands is not a good scenario. Wish I could kill that before the fluctuator came back. I don't have another mana. Oh gosh. I think we're dead. Oh, they have more. Okay. Always you. Always you. Always you. Always you. I think in theory they can brick, but we're probably dead. Always you. Do. Is their deck actually just all cyclers because the lands are? Maybe they can't brick. Yeah. Realizing the deck construction means they can't brick. Oh, they can brick. I don't understand. So if we add 4 damage here, we could win. We do not have 4 damage. I wish we had a bolt right here. Good game. All right. Oh well. All right, here we go. Yeah, we'll keep that. think I want to take a turn here to get Dragon Rage Channeler going. That could blow up in my face, though. We will see. Interesting. I think I just want to play this guy. Okay. They can flash it back, yep. See what they name. Actually make this bigger than me, can't they? I should have killed that. Yeah. Ah, shoot. I should have just, that was a mistake. I know my hand. I got the mana link. Deathrite Shaman. That's gonna gain life too. That's a problem. We are very dead. I'm gonna have to chump block here, I think. Yep. I think we're dead. Ooh, maybe not. So we have to kill this guy first, for sure. We might actually get this one. So that's 8 damage. Yeah, we got that one. That was close. I didn't think we were going to win that. Oh boy. So that they're kind of a graveyard deck, but like the Cosmogoyphs are still really good. I guess when I bring in these, to be honest. I'm not sure if like the graveyard hit stuff is actually even good. Yep. Remove this. Got another one. Okay. Birthday escape. Fair enough. A third one. Okay. We've been bested in the arena of ideas. Let's see if our Delver flips. Or if we get like a Arcanist or something. Ponder's a good one. I do like the treasure cruise too. Four, 5, nope, not yet. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this. Maybe it was a bit too slow. Feeling somewhat, they get a Hogak here, we're in trouble. Did they have a, oh, they got a Hogak. Yeah, I messed up. Should have killed one of these for sure. That was dumb. Didn't even think of them having a Hogak in hand. Okay. I'm trying to help my treasure cruise here. How many do we have in the graveyard? I'm going to keep the lightning bolt specifically. 5, 6, 7, 8. Colorless. Oh, let's see if we just win. Alright, we got one. Good game, that was close. I should have definitely killed the Molt Tender. I just wasn't even thinking about Hogak in hand. That was silly. I was looking for Hogak in the art, not in hand. It's a cool deck though. I like Cosmoglyph. Played a couple of Cosmoglyph videos on my channel for regular vintage when it came out. Enjoyed that. Okay, here we go. We're on the play. We've got a mountain, 3 chain lightnings, and no island. Interesting. Yeah. I think I'll mull it. It's close though. Now we've got too many lands. Alright. Keep. Yeah. It's a more stable hand. We'll see. I don't think we're not posturing force of will here, so I think we can just F6 with no mana out. Well, that makes our decision on what to play next turn a bit easier. They will take one, and we will see what they go for. Alright, they want the Arcanist. Fair enough. Sulfur Falls. Enters tapped unless you control an island or a mountain. We do. Red. I think we will. I think we just want to make the Delver bigger. Can't actually play anything. Oh, we would have liked that lightning bolt. I want the damage. Yeah, I should have waited for next turn and done it then. Yeah, I should have just waited. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the player has one or fewer cards in hand. They lose 3 life. Alright. The rack. Oh boy. Well, taking a lot of damage here. Interesting. Yes. No, that's bad. Pitch the mountain. Let's put one on Inti. I know we've got a mountain, so they got like a discard effect. They won't do anything unless it's like a Hymn to Torok that just takes anything. Smallpox, okay. Let's see if we flip. Hey, we flipped. We know our card. We know they know we can't play it. We are on track to die here. But if they don't kill Insectile Aberration, we could draw like Lightning Bolt or something. So I think we have to draw like Lightning Bolt here, or we die. Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, that kind of thing. Yeah, we will die. Ah, that was a close one. I would have put both of the counters on here instead of putting one on Inti, we would have made it. Interesting. Okay, game 2. Don't think we want the counters. I think we just want to go hard on the aggressive plan. We don't have a lot to bring in though. Let's bring in a Spectral Restitching. Yeah, it doesn't do enough. I mean, I think we just keep this actually. I'm not really sideboarded for this matchup. Yeah, I think we just go for it again. I think we keep this, just hope for another land. We can find another land, this is pretty good. Uh-oh. Okay. Brutal. Let's get in there. Okay. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Discard a card, choose a creature you control. Click the creature to sacrifice it. Okay. True. Ooh, pretty good. And the rack, the last card, that's very good for them. Yep. Yeah. If they haven't, we can play this at instant speed if they've got like a discard effect, which is why we kept this one here. I think we're just going to hope to dodge this turn, though, because having 2 means we don't lose to 3 life, so I'm going to try and get lucky here. We did not get lucky at all. We got savagely punished. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, I think we are dead. Alright. Yeah. That was tough. Alright. Okay, final thoughts here. We won a match and lost a couple. I think I had fun. I enjoyed the deck, but I don't think it's at the power level it needs to be, really. I felt like our opponents were doing stuff that was just a lot more unfair, and like, while we have strong cards in this deck, I mean, a lot of the cards here, like, you know, Dragon's Rage, Channeler, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Ponder, Delver, Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is actually banned in Legacy. All the other cards are, like, you know, fine in Legacy, you know. Even Planisphere, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruiser, banned in Legacy. I mean, we're playing with a lot of really strong cards here, and a lot of strong cards that are, like, still very solid, you know, in Legacy, you know. But I think just some of the important parts of the deck aren't there, and, you know, without Force of Will, without Daze, without some of those key pieces to it, it's just too hard to compete with the unfair stuff. Like, Mana Leak was just useless in Counterspell. Like, it just felt like having to keep those up was just brutal. Like, the mana and, you know, Fluctuator coming down on turn 2, combo pieces, other combo pieces of their deck coming down on turn 2, the Rat coming down on turn 1. It just felt very slow. Just having, you know, that speed of card there just felt way too slow. So that was fun. I'm glad I tried it. I'm going to move on to something else next. Not sure what. You got any ideas? Let me know down below for what I should be taking a look at. Throw a like and a subscribe and a comment. That's all appreciated and helps out. And I'll see you next time.